Hello boys and girls, and welcome back to Space Engineers. Today we are building a space station. Now before we start, I'm this far out because for some reason now turrets are set to target neutral. So that's a default setting. I'm not sure how I turn that off, whatever. I'm not going to mess around with it too much. I'm just going to build out here far away from the asteroid, well outside of the targeting range. And also this brings up another point of players wanting to build inside asteroids. While yes, they do provide some protection, other players are going to be out and trying to mine asteroids. And if they just so happen to approach your asteroid and your base is inside, they can kind of build themselves into a advantaged point where they can start picking off your vital components, your reactors and all that. They can make themselves a backdoor, and that's going to make things very, very difficult for you. So build far enough away from any asteroids that enemy players won't have any cover and they are forced to get within range of your guns. Now, with that said, let's go ahead and start building ourselves a nice little station. So we're going to start off with the station block right here. We're going to turn symmetry on just to save time. And we're going to start off building ourselves a platform. Now, I'm in creative mode right now just to save time. So if things don't exactly measure up quite right in your world, don't worry about it. Okay, so we got ourselves a nice little platform to start off with, so let's go ahead and start placing down some power. We're going to need some reactors, so let's just go ahead and do that. There we go. Put ourselves down a large storage container. Now you can start tearing things off the starter ship that you made out of your respawn ship. However, that's probably not the best route to take because, well, by now you should have enough to where you've saved up a whole bunch of resources and you're just ready to get started. Make yourself a connector and build up your walls. Let's put down our refinery. And our assembler. And by now you're probably also sitting on enough supplies for some batteries, so let's go ahead and slap some of those down. Leave a gap big enough for you to place down upgrade modules. There are 4 slots available on this refinery right here, and how I have this set up, there are 3 slots available on the assembler. So right now, this is the production part of your station. Let's go ahead and finish building our wall up, and I'm gonna put it to about there. And I'm leaving this spot open for a reason. We're going to have ourselves some guns over here. Because you're going to need some kind of defense for your station. So that's going to cover the top, the back, and let's do, make sure I'm lined up properly, the bottom. Oops. There we go. And in another section, we'll go ahead and add the side-to-side or left and right turrets. Gonna do that. And that. I want that. Okay. Whoops. Is that? Nope. I screwed that up. There we go. Okay. Oh, almost forgot. We're also going to need a gravity generator, like so. Make sure you can still get around to everything you need to get around to. Yep. Alright, good. So we're going to make ourselves a quick little airlock right here, using that air vent, a couple airtight doors. And the purpose for this is that you don't vent oxygen in and out every time you open and close a door. Now we don't need all this, that's a little bit extra. And okay. This next part is going to be a medbay kind of deal. So we're just going to do that. Those are going to be our side-to-side turrets. All right. And we are going to make accommodations for 4 other players. So go ahead and slap your cryopods down. Like that. Good. Gonna extend this outward a little bit more. Now I keep forgetting that I don't actually have oxygen hooked up to this world. So we are going to need some oxygen farms. Well, not oxygen farms, sorry, oxygen generator and oxygen tanks. So I'm going to put one there. An oxygen tank there. Conveyor there. And there we go. That gives us 3 oxygen generators in total. Now I'm just going to pop a hole in there. conveyor, L block. And we can expand on that to make an oxygen farm if we really want to, if we really need to. And we can remove that, and we can remove that. Forgot I had symmetry on for a second, so sue me. Okay, and this airlock is nice because you can come in, open a door, shut the door behind you. This pressurizes, and when you open the door again, you don't get knocked back into the door behind you or sucked into the next room in front of you. It all equalizes pressure, and it's very nice. Okay. So, next thing in here, we're going to build ourselves a couple medical stations. Since we're going to be using multiple players, or have multiple players, whatever. And you want these piped up, so just gonna pipe it up like that. And there we go, lovely. Gonna build this up a little bit more. And start building our hangar. Now I kind of want I kind of want to do another airlock over here. So we're going to make a conveyor there. Oop, I'm lagging for some reason. Block there, block there. And we want to connect these here. So we're just going to do that the quick and dirty way. We're not really going to have anything hidden down here. No real need to. Now let's start building our hangar. Okay. There we go. That across. It's going to be a fairly large hangar, but that's a good thing. There we go, put a conveyor there to make sure it's airtight. And uh-oh, what is that? Military escort? That could be a problem if it gets too close. I don't think it's coming this way. But in case it is, let's go ahead and put down our turrets. Got that one there. That one there. One on the bottom. And two controlling our left and right. That way, no matter which way an enemy ship approaches from, unless they are directly in front and very close, all turrets are going to be pointed straight at them. The further back you get, the turrets are going to be able to see you, open fire, and it's going to be a bad day for anyone trying to get through. So let's go ahead and make ourselves a little lip here and here. Kind of protect the hangar doors a little bit. That way stray bullets or rockets aren't going to damage it too badly. Now we're almost done. We want to put in some pilot seats, that way we can control the goings-on in here. And we can also remotely control the turrets and have a little spot to recharge our suits. And remote control... Oh, did I already say remote control? Remote control turrets and remote control any ships. There we go. Just going to need an antenna. And of course, solar panels to recharge your batteries. Whoops. Don't want to put them there. And slap them on. Like so. Good. And of course, if you want, you can kind of armor this up. And then kind of fancy it up a little bit. Just like that. And there we go. A perfectly serviceable and fairly well-defended station for the time being. Got yourself a cargo port where you can pop in using your drill ship and dump off all your supplies. You've got a hangar to store your ship. And I think I want to put down a button panel. And do a few little functions. Let's go ahead and put that there. That there. And that there. That way everything has oxygen and you're pretty much good to go. Back to the button panels. Select your airtight hangar doors. Name the block. Select the number 1, groups, hangar, open, closed. Now, let's see, which one is this? This is air vent 3. We're going to rename that air vent hangar for ease. Then we're going to add another function back here. Air vent hangar, depressurize on and off. That way, before we open or close the hangar doors, we can depressurize and save all the oxygen. So, with this one out here, same thing, open and close. Air vent hangar, depressurize on and off. And of course, customize to your heart's content. This doesn't exactly have to be pretty, but hey, I think that looks a lot better. I don't need this button panel here, so I'm just going to remove that. And there we go. That hangar is tall and wide enough to accept a whole variety of different ships. Everything you need is tucked away inside here. You've got plenty of turrets covering all the irregular angles that you really need. And I would recommend the use of Gatling turrets because while they may not seem as powerful as missile turrets, they can just absolutely tear through enemy ships, getting to the vital components inside very easily, and thus probably saving your ass taking out vital control components, batteries, reactors, that sort of thing. Now, over here, we want to build ourselves an oxygen farm. So, let's go ahead and grab ourselves an oxygen farm. How you place these depends on where the sun is. Right now, it's kind of going down. But the way it moves, at least in my world, is kind of like this. So I want to have it set up in a way where the oxygen farms are almost always going to get at least some kind of light. And you are going to need a lot of oxygen farms. And I'll just remove that one there. There we go. The more oxygen farms you have, the more efficient your oxygen gathering is going to be. Now, I probably could have extended these out a little bit more and spaced them one block apart, but for the most part, this is more or less the setup you want. And with all these solar panels, you're not going to have to worry about your batteries running out of power anytime soon. You may also want to put a couple of them down here and put them in such a way that they aren't blocking the line of sight of your turret. There we go. We've got plenty of power being collected from down here. We've got our antenna, connector, oxygen farm, hangar. We have our medical bay and cryo storage, as well as a few cockpits here for remote control and other purposes. And there we go. If you want to add lights, you can. The way the sun is hitting it from all angles, and because of the blocks being, I guess you could say, somewhat transparent, it makes this a whole lot easier. You don't really need a whole lot of lights. You don't need them draining a whole bunch of power. And that's it. This is our basic starter station. Of course, you can always expand on this later on, tweak a few things. I just wanted to make this quick and dirty to show you how easy it is, and, you know, it's no big deal getting a station up and running. So, until next time, guys, I'll see you around.